All right, y'all. So I'm dying. But let me explain. Before I explain, however, I do want to do I want to set the tone, set the stage, do a fit check, vibe, energy check. I don't know if you see Twilight wanted to say hello. Hey, Twilight, stop. She's trying to get in my garbage and literally because she dumpster dives and we'll get some like receipts out of there or whatever and use it as a toy. We don't have time for that right now. Anyways, so okay, I have these glasses that I got from my friend. Can you see the design? I don't know if you can see it. They're really cute glasses. I like them a lot. But they're a little crooked. Girl, what the fuck? Like it's giving what, you know? I have some earrings that I got from Eli, like when we broke up. Not this one, this is like contra one, but these like hoops I got from him. Like I think around the time we broke up, I just like grabbed some things for like sentimental value, memorabilia, and these earrings just like I don't know, I just like really like and love having them still. And also these shorts that I'm wearing. Wanna see my boob? These shorts that I'm wearing, he also bought me them. I don't know, like, I don't remember what they were for. If it was for, like, my birthday or something, I don't know. But shorts from Eli, earrings from Eli, glasses from, what's her name? Kate, I'm sorry. This necklace, I'll tell you a quick story about it in a second. Also, if you can see, I wash all my clothes together, my whites and my colors, because I just, like, don't care. Like, the whites and the color go together to me. We need to work and live in harmony, kumbaya. Anyway, so if it gets a little stained, I genuinely don't care. But cause yeah, like I'm not gonna be separating my whites from my colors. Like that's too much. Like, anyways, this necklace that I got from a vintage shop out here in Pilsen, in Chicago in Pilsen. I forgot what it's called. I feel like it's called like Vintage Shop. Like that's it. But it's a shop of a friend's. And long story short, on the necklace, when I went to Arizona, because I don't really buy a lot of sentiment. Oh, girl, I did not know that I had that. Anyways, when I went to Arizona, I don't really buy a lot of like memorabilia. I don't buy a lot of like knickknacks or like what do you call those? Like when people like go on vacation and then will like buy you a souvenir. There you go. Because I in the past haven't really given things a lot of sentimental value for me, and even now I still don't really. However, no, I do now. However, like if I lose something or if like it's time to throw something away or whatever, like I allow it to be gone. I don't like hold on to it because to me, like, you know, the sentimental value that I give, like for this necklace, let's say if I lost this necklace or if it broke or it whatever, like it still is there. I would just have to go find something else to represent it. So anyways, when I went to Arizona, the only thing I will say that I have started collecting over the years that I enjoy are shot glasses from each city that say the city on it, and potentially mugs, because I'm a very big like coffee drinker. I drink hot tea a lot at home, so like I do also appreciate a good mug as a gift. So anyways, like I had for some reason this desire to buy a necklace that had like a bear on it, and I wanted it to actually just be gold, like a gold plated like 2D bear. And this one's 3D actually. I don't know if you can see. But so anyways, I wasn't able to find one. I don't know why. I also thought maybe in Arizona I would find it. I don't know. It was because of the red in the atmosphere out there that I was like, I don't know, like it literally this is what I imagined. I don't there's no other way to explain it but that this necklace is what I imagined that I would find somewhere in Arizona. And I, didn't, of course. And then when I came back home, maybe like a week or two later, I went to this vintage shop, a friend's shop, looking for, what was I looking for? I think I was maybe looking for a dress. I was looking for clothes, and then I found a cute tie-dye shirt that I liked. I was gonna try it on, and then when I was talking to, the owner, which I didn't tell her that I was like my friend's friend, Just because like she didn't remember me, and I was like, I don't have the capacity to like, oh my god, I know so and so. So like, anyways, I was talking to her saying like, oh, I think I might try this on, and then I turned around and the necklace was like literally hanging right on the wall, and I was like, shirt who? Like, oh my god, that necklace, that's exactly what I was looking for. So I ended up buying this, and mind you, I had like $10 to my name type thing, and I spent my last on my last to get this necklace. And essentially what it means for me is that whenever I have like I can tell I'm gonna be emotional in the day, I will choose this necklace to wear, especially if I can feel like my anger is going to come out, because the bear essentially for me represents my inner child, Rico. That's what I call him, because I have many names, but like in recent weeks to months, I've really tried to own that name more, because the only person that calls me that is my grandma on my dad's side, and like I just like never outside of that heard that or like referred to myself as that. So I just really identify that with and I have this picture of my grandma holding me. I'm on her lap, and I'm in a red shirt also, so like, and I posted it on my Instagram, Rico Suave 111, and also SAUVE for Suave. I realized recently that I spelled it wrong, and I tried to fix it, and I can't. But like, I think it makes it even better then. So long story short on that. Yeah, I posted that picture of me in a red shirt on my grandma's lap, and I don't know, like it just represents again my inner child, my anger, and like I try to use it to like compose myself when I have feelings that I want to share with people. And so lastly, before I get into it, I wanted to share this picture because recently my mom and I got into a really heated fight. I'll show you this side. We got into a really heated fight, and this was hung up right behind the door that swings into the both of our rooms in the bathroom. And I kept slamming it because like she was walking downstairs, I was slamming the door too downstairs. Like I slammed it maybe 3 or 4 times, and then this picture frame and like my little stepsister's picture fell off, but ours broke. And I was just like cleaning up right now, and like I don't know, like I for some reason just felt like it needed to also be here in this space with me while I like talk to y'all, my family. So that was the longest intro of my entire life. But to get started back on this, so I'm dying BS, I feel like I genuinely am on the cusp of depression, and today is August 4th, 2024. So just for perspective, whenever whoever's watching this, and like, yes, this, when I say family, I mean like my immediate and like my extended family, but also the entire world to me feels like my family, including my daughter on the internet, and just the world as a whole. Like I know that like we are all one big family, and I'm quite literally on the cusp of depression because of us not getting along in the world. And again, I'm talking about on all levels, not just like with my immediate family, but they are, I feel like, the catalyst as to why I am or sending this message, I would say, because I think my inner circle has literally been my mother and my sister growing up, which what I mean by that is women. Two women have been like a part of my inner circle for such a long time, up until like maybe, I don't know, like high school, and as well after that, my next inner circle, or my next circle, I would say, was also all women. Like my mom kind of shielded me from the men in my life, and first of all the men in my life are on my mom's side, not my dad's. On my dad's side, we have all women, until maybe like what 10-12 years ago, until my uncle had two kids of his own, and one was a boy. But all of the boys in my family are on my mom's side, so I didn't really, it's not that I didn't know them or grow up with them, but like we just like we're not as close, because it don't matter when they're here nor there. The point being that after my immediate family, my extended family is still women, and And then going out into the world and like making friends and stuff, I typically made friends with women because men are homophobic and men, it's not that men don't like me. I think it's literally that, if you want to be real about it. I think a lot of men are attracted to me, and that makes them uncomfortable because at the same time they already hate me for being gay, and then they hate themselves for being attracted to me, and then they internalize that and project that and hate me even more. So like, I have not made a lot of male friends in my life. I had a friend, I think the first male friend I would ever really truly consider a friend, and maybe the only, no, he's not the only male friend to this day, hetero male, he probably is actually the only hetero male friend I've ever had, was this guy named Edwin back in like when I used to work at UPS. So like I was probably like 19, 20. Like he and I would like hang out, we would play video games together, we went like paintballing, I think maybe once or twice, and like, yeah, like literally with his uncle also before. Like he was like also one of my first true genuine friends, and at the same time a male hetero friend, and I knew he knew that I was gay. But other than that, I have never really had a lot of male friends. So even beyond my extended family, most of my relationships typically were with women, and that has provided me such a unique experience in the world, because men and women, the masculine and the feminine, as I usually refer to them, are so polar opposite, and like don't, for the most part, most of us don't know how to like coexist and live together on this rock, this floating rock in the middle of space and time and whatever. Like, and that I think creates a lot of tension, that creates a lot of wars, that creates a lot of inner and external battles, and then I feel like leads people to depression, because we're already like, you know, dealing with existentialism, and nihilism, and just this whole notion of like we're literally on a floating rock, like nothing that we do matters. But at the same time, that means that everything matters. Like nothing matters but this moment, this exact second, minute, day, year, you know, like whatever. Like nothing matters because everything matters. Like I was thinking about The Incredibles, and when Mrs. Incredible says like everyone's special, Dash, and he's like, well, that's another way of saying no one is then. And that's actually, to me, wrong. Like because everyone is truly genuinely special and powerful, then what you mean then no one is. Like we are all powerful and special and unique and like beautiful and etc. So it's just, it's still dawning on me the like weight of the world, because like a lot of, I feel like why I'm on the cusp of depression is because people keep telling me who to be and how to be, and I'm like really tired of it. And like, to care about the things that I care about, to care as deeply as I do, on top of that, it's like nobody can just like respect that and make space for that, literally clear the aisle for me to walk through to prosperity and to glory. It's like everyone has to stand in my way and tell me that I'm wrong, and tell me that this is not the way, or like I'm just gonna this, I'm gonna like, it don't matter. There's never encouragement, there's never unity, there's never support, there's never acceptance, there's never respect. And that is like so draining, and like it's like the only way forward and the only way to not end my own life, and or first of all become depressed enough to the point where I end my own life. The only way to avoid that is to play this game with y'all and conform and stop going against the grain, and like and on top of that, I'm sorry, on the other end of that, it's like that's one option over here on the left. The other option that's all the way on the far right is to like, think of like literally the Deathly Hallows. So this represents a cloak, it represents the Elder Wand, and the Resurrection Stone. So like the three of them together is what helps a person stay out of death's view, because they have the Elder Wand, which is like, you're the most powerful person in the entire world wielding that, number one. Number two, if something were to happen to you, you have the Resurrection Stone. And number three, the invisibility cloak. Like if you wear that, death can never find you, you're invisible. So like you are the most powerful being on the planet. And it's like I have that in my spirit. I also feel like, and this is on a side note in a future video, I feel like when you I get this from Moana the most, where like it clicked in my brain. It's like when you tattoo something on your body, it's kind of like you're making a not a deal, but like you're branding yourself. Like you're what's the word? You're manifesting in real time that in you, you know? And like in Moana, like Maui, like his tattoos represent his story. That's how I've always seen my art and my body and expressing tattoos on there. Like half of my tattoos are like a part of my story, the other half are like art that like really has inspired me, has like touched my soul in some way, which then goes back to like my story, because then it made me see the world differently. It like changed my perspective, it like which changed my behavior, so like etc etc. Like the Harry Potter series, I never read the books, but I watched the movies because I'm like a film buff. Like I love film and television so much, and like visual storytelling. I've always been a visual learner rather than like whatever the other options are. I can't like just listen to someone lecture to me. I like need to see them doing whatever it is that they're trying to get me to learn. So that said, the Harry Potter series, watching the movies, it just really made a huge impact on my life. And so whatever, like that just like is something that I feel like I branded myself with, and that is why I'm like able to like be this way in my spirit, in my personhood, which is essentially again that like I care so deeply about the world's problems and like humanity and like solving them and like bringing us together. And like I understand that like we are not perfect, and we, you know, our parents committed sin, but at the end of the day, at the ending of the day, like that's, did you hear what I said? Those are our parents. Adam and Eve like are our parents. So just because like they created sin when they did whatever they did doesn't mean that we can't reverse whatever they did, which I feel like is what I care so deeply about doing. And that's just the thing, where when I reach this like immovable object that I'm saying, girl, you need to move, and me saying to move is essentially like stop going backward in time and creating more sin in the world. Turn around and move back into that direction of Adam and Eve, and go back to the original sin and do better, make better choices, and like heal. And like also it's like I feel like what it also feels like is like I'm passing you up, and I'm reaching my hand back to like help you forward and like push through momentum you a bit further ahead. And it's just like I understand that I'm learning this lesson in life, that like I can't what's the word? I can't advance someone's own healing journey. Like everyone's meant to like get to the end and the beginning where Adam and Eve are on their own. So I am making peace with that. Again, it's just hard to then coexist, because like you're steady looking behind you and I'm looking forward and trying to help you, and it's just like I'm simultaneously like harming you by doing that, but also harming myself, because it's emotionally draining. Like I am like pouring all of my light and my power out and throwing it onto you, like here, like and you don't know what to do with that. You don't understand. You don't. It's not that you don't care. You just don't. You don't have the capacity right now. So it becomes really difficult for me, and I don't know how to coexist rubbing shoulders with y'all. And that's to transition along to this point of like, you know, my message to my family. I just think that's just it. Like I hope you see the picture as I am painting it for you, that like I am not upset at anybody. I don't hate anybody. I don't have any grudges in my heart for anybody. I don't want to cause anyone intentionally any emotional distress, any psychological distress. I only care about people and their well-being. And for my external family, as in like beyond my mom and my sister, like my cousins, my whole Robledo family, and then on my mom's side, the whole Laboy family, because that's my mom's maiden last name. Her maiden name is actually Carrion, of course. For for those that know, because for whatever reason they went with my mom's last name. I'm assuming it's because my grandfather, my dad's mom, he was like a grown man, and at the time my grandmother was like a teenage girl. She was like 14 and I think he was like 24 or something. And they had, you know, their firstborn, and I'm sure then he knew not to put his name on the his last name on the birth certificate. I don't know. I know that on my mom's side, that's something that we also don't acknowledge and heal from. And I get it. It was a different time, and nobody in the family seems to see it that way either. Not saying that, you know, she was like assaulted or anything, but she was definitely taken advantage of. Like it was wrong what happened to her. And on both sides, there are things that have happened on my Robledo side also to my grandma that was like, yeah, like women back then were very much taken advantage of, and it don't matter, we're nor here nor there. The point is just that like, my mom's side are La Boys, which I think is also a very strong name. But on my Robledo side, I have issues with both Robledo and La Boy, both sides of my family, and it just seems like nobody wants to heal, nobody wants to do the work. But I think a part of healing and doing the work is like, for some people, moving on and not acknowledging it, addressing it, talking about it. Like literally, it's like too painful for those people, and until they're ready, I don't know. But that's just the thing. Like we have to again coexist. Like it's just I do have respect, acceptance and support for y'all. Anybody that doesn't want to talk about the past, anybody that doesn't want to like heal in order to like stop behaviors in the future, like whoever in my family that this is resonating with, which essentially is literally everybody. There's not one person in my family that I feel safe with, that I can trust, that I can lean on, that I can call when I'm having a bad day, a bad moment. Of course, there are people that I can call, such as like my sister, who will show up if in a crisis, if I'm like on my fucking deathbed, of course, but like she won't be there in order to like avoid that from happening to begin with. And that's essentially the problem. Like I can't keep up this charade with y'all. Again, people that know me as family, but beyond y'all, like the whole world, I cannot continue to do this with y'all, because like it is quite literally draining the out of me. And so I just wanted to give this update, wanted to give this message. The message being that like I am ready to take a step away from y'all, and just kind of like protect my own peace, protect my own sanity, protect my own safety for the time being. However, it is nothing personal. It is nothing, there's no hatred or there's no grudge that I'm going to be holding while I'm gone. I just think that I'm at this point in my journey where like nobody gets access to me anymore, like emotionally, and like to be, how do I say this? Just to be my safety, my rock. I don't think that anybody can like save me anymore. Like I'm very gone from wanting that from anybody on the planet. I think that anybody that I end up with, and I do have a guy in mind, I think that I am just going to settle a bit, because like if this is the bar with Elijah, Elijah is my person. He is the yin to my yang. He is like the eternal twin flame with me. He is like the only person that like will make me want to continue to do this until my last breath. And just not having him anymore, it's literally fine. I will be fine. And I think to take a step below that, it's not necessarily settling with a negative connotation. To me, it's not. I think it's just like, it's too hard to like reach for the stars with what Eli and I have, what kind of love he and I have, which is that Venus and Mars love, which is that Adam and Eve love. I don't think that in the way that we live in this world is possible anymore. It's just I have to let him go. Like he is, for my Avatar family, like he is my Katara and I'm Aang, and I need to let him go so that I can like unlock my Avatar state and like continue to like bring prosperity and to this world, to this human race, and lead us into prosperity, and into paradise, quite literally, and into, you know, our Father's kingdom, because that's where we belong. So I just can't do that with him by my side, it seems, and making my peace with that has also been very challenging for me. Like, every time that I think that I'm over it, I'm not. Like, I don't think I'll ever be over that. And most likely because I have his name tattooed on me, and it's just, I'll make a separate video about that one day too, because I think it's really beautiful. I don't like any naysayers, any like, well, that's why, like, don't try to change Demetrius. I promise you, I got it figured out. I got it together. I'm good. Like, please. I love who I am. I love everything that I'm expressing to y'all. Like, everything is like fully fledged, thought out, you know, like nothing is just spontaneous or like nothing. Like, I know who I am, and I just want to continue to be that. And that's what I'm sharing with y'all. Again, back to the message. I just really need to take a step away from this family, from the world, and I will never let someone in like I have the last 22 years of my life. I don't know if I'm having an ego death. I don't know if like I'm really about to just become depressed and this is like my last like cry for help, but like I am fully giving up. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be like, you know, posting or like on social media or whatever. It just means that, again, I'm not gonna open up my heart to people that I know cannot provide me what I need. And again, I know that at the same time, this is me not showing maybe growth or something, or being stuck in my ways, whatever it means, I don't know. I just know that there is a guy that I have in mind that I know I can be happy with, and I can like not necessarily settle, but just like, I think settle for something different, not settle for less. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not settling for less, I'm settling for something different. And that something different feels like something above what Adam and Eve had, which is just to have unconditional love truly for one another, and to like forgive and forget anything, anytime that person hurts me, etc. Because like, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. That's our Father. And I just know that I can achieve that with that man. So like, I very much am gonna move my life into his direction. And until then, I just don't think, outside of any family that I would create, that I would let someone into my world again like this, and like care enough to like want to solve issues with you and like heal together. All the things that I've been trying to do with my family, again, the whole world, but just in this specific context right now, like as in the next 10 seconds, for the people that see me also as family in real life, I just can't do this with y'all anymore. And I don't think that I can do this long term either, like into late adulthood and like my old age. I can't, whatever it is y'all need from Demetrius, or whatever it is you would like him to do, however you would like him to show up and be the like extra in your main character story and journey, like I can't do it. I cannot coexist close to you. I think I need to go away, and like, just please don't call me for nothing. You don't have to check on me, you don't have to check in, y'all don't have to talk about me when y'all do get together, whatever. Like, I let me come to you, you know, let me come to you. First of all, it's the way that I have been coming to y'all my whole life. Like, I don't know why I'm acting like anything is gonna change or be different. Like, y'all already don't reach out and give a fuck, so like, just continue to do that, I guess. And I just want to make it known that I'm not upset about that. I'm not going to take it personal. I also will not reach out, and I would like us to not have communication anymore, unless it's like completely necessary. I don't know. Like, I need to go away. I really do. And I need to like get away from, in real life, my family. And I think figure out some way how metaphorically, you know, metaphysically, that will mean, what that will mean for me with the rest of the world, like every single human being, every 9 billion of us. That's something that I need to like work out on my own, without so many people's opinions in my ear telling me not to do this or not to care, or that I can't, you shouldn't, like, shut up, respectfully. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what makes me not want to myself. Like, I don't know what y'all don't get. I can't not be Demetrius. This is who I am. Like everything that I've been through in my life up until this point has like prepared me for this moment. And I'm just, again, this is my last, I'm on my last leg with y'all. Like I'm done. I want to give up on family, on the human race, on everything. I'm very much Joy from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Her at the end. I'm going to the bagel, y'all. Like and not really, because like I still understand the message of that film. What's mom's name? Evelyn. What Evelyn to like not give in to depression and like, you know, choose love. And the way that you choose love is like through humor. That's why comedy is like that's the whole thing with comedy and like humor and like silliness and goofiness. It's like I was given that gift, thankfully, from y'all, especially my sister of all people, and I see it with others in the world also. It's the way forward. It's the way to let go and to like not take things so seriously. So I very much am like in between those three things of like depression and joy. I'm very much her trying to go into that bagel, and my Evelyn within me is like, no, Demetrius, just like smile today and like it's okay. And I'm doing it. I will continue to do it for myself. The only person I would never give up on is me, or my father, I guess, which is essentially saying the same thing in my mind. I would never give up on him and myself, because like I've been telling some of y'all in real life that I'll never play God and take my own life away before he intended me to move on. I know that I'm not God like that. So I just know that my time is going to come, and when it does, I want it to be the end for me like that, and I want my wishes to be respected. I was telling my friend and my mom how like growing up I had this bracelet actually that I wore on my left wrist for like years. I remember we went to Mexico. I'm pretty sure it was in Mexico. My mom like had them like create a bracelet for me with my initials on it, and my initials are my middle name is Nathan. So Demetrius Nathan Robledo, that, you know, my initials are DNR, which in the medical field it means do not resuscitate. And I think now that I know that I'm ready. For the longest time I like always wanted to get that recreated, just because like it reminded me of like me as a child, and I was like afraid of like, you know, ever being in like an accident or like just like passing out and my heart stopping, because I have had a history of like passing out. I passed out 2 times in public, and I was just nervous that like if I ever like recreated that and wore it, that people would mistake it, like the ambulance and paramedics would mistake it for like, oh, don't resuscitate him, and I would die. However, I think that I'm back. I'm ready to want that actually. So I am, when I come into more money, I'm going to get that created, so that if God forbid, when something happens to me, I want my wishes to be respected, and please do not resurrect me or resuscitate me. I would like to like stay, please let me rest. Please, y'all. Like I want to rest. And I've also been mentioning that my wishes are to pass in my home. Girl, this is a Tempur-Pedic bed that cost me $3,000. Where's my arm? This cost me $3,000. I'm going to die on this bed. I'm going to die on this bed, y'all. Y'all better bury me with this bed. Like $3,000, like, and I literally couldn't afford to pay the credit card that I put it on with Ashley Furniture anymore, and that crap affected my credit, and like kind of also is one of the reasons why my sister's mad at me, because she co-signed for that. Long story short, I would like to pass in my home, in my bed, and then be buried on site in my family home, this house, or like my Tia Sugar's house, whatever, I don't know, I don't care, my grandma's house on my Robledo side. I want to be buried in a family home. I do not want to be laid to rest in a cemetery. Like, please, in a graveyard, whatever they're called, please do not bury me in a cemetery. I want to be buried in my own backyard where my family lives in that house, please. And that's essentially it. I do need to like figure out how to like what is the word, request that, or like send in my application to the government to be able to do that, because you can do that legally. I need to also get a trust going and set my will up, what everything that I'm telling y'all. But that is essentially it, y'all. Like that's the family message. That's the message to my fam. I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm going to continue to be an artist and put art out into the world and put love and beauty and kindness and lead with unconditional love and give that to myself so that I can continue to give that to others. However, I don't think that I can add someone to my inner circle anymore. I think it's just me. And although that is really pushing me toward depression, I promise you I'm always going to listen to my Evelyn, which is to to choose love, choose happiness, choose peace, choose family, choose anything but depression, suicide, etc., everything that falls into that category. And I think also, man, what was the husband's name? It was Evelyn, Joy, and I cannot think of his name, but he also played an important role. And I think his masculine being more emotional also, that is not lost on me either. And I also love that was like an Asian film that was co-directed by an Asian American, I believe, and then I think he was Korean actually, the co-director, and then the other one was like a white American. And I'm pretty sure Stephanie, the woman who plays Joy in the film, the daughter, she also is Asian American. Like I just love that. It just like, I don't know how else to express my gratitude for that film and the message that it taught me. But that film is why I will be okay, and I don't want any of y'all to worry then. But I can't think of anything else. I would like to start transitioning out into my outro and like into the end of this video. I hope that it full circle came back together, 360 moment, and y'all can like see the light in this message in me, because the first thing I started with was, so I'm dying, but let me explain. So I hope that like y'all get the funny out of me and out of this. Not that this is a funny thing to be talking about or discussing, or that. I also hope you understand the severity of what I'm telling y'all. Like, I feel like the message was very short, but I gave so much context surrounding it. I don't want the message to get lost, number one, nor do I want to downplay or reduce the importance of that message. It may be very short and simple and sweet, but like there's a lot of weight, emotional weight and baggage and damage to this message. So like, please take it as seriously as it is. But also on the flip side, like, I hope that you can also feel the light, feel the love, feel the peace within me, the calmness, the stillness, the unconditional love. I hope that y'all, are at peace with me, with our relationship, with our connection, with our history, with our what seems like lack of connection and relationship in the future. I just have to love y'all from a bit further away, and that is okay. It has to be okay at this point. I don't want to say that I'll never be here for anybody. Like, I will always be here for someone. I will always know how to set my issues aside in a crisis, in an emergency, in a moment where it's like someone else's moment and they just need something more than I need right now. So I'm fine doing that for y'all. And I think that's it. I'll end on that. I love y'all. Peace, love, happiness. This is very much the divine's doing. So I don't take it personal. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.